this global movement of hate crimes against me. So I utilize my talents to tell my story. I utilize my talents to promote my lawsuits and to talk about the things that are happening in the world that are corrupt and that have destroyed the Constitution, their global movement. As Colbert mocks me persistently.
The hair tonight. It's good. We got a nice sweep. We got a nice little sweep going here. And welcome to A Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. You know, the great state of Michigan is grappling with a series of disasters right now. Record unemployment, coronavirus, flooding, and...
Yes, I wonder why all those disasters are happening. Is it because the elitist Illuminati are creating chaos everywhere? Totally. Yes. Have you ever heard of Bilderberg? Yes, they are involved with NOAA, the weather system, and NASA, where they can manipulate weather. They can create storms, they can create hurricanes, they can create earthquakes, and they can create heat waves.
And today, a visit from Donald Trump. There's a reason he's wearing a mitten, because he doesn't want you to see which finger it's holding up. Trump went to a...
Wow. Is that code for Gina is a felon child fingers rapist? Totally. Wow, look at that. Biden, Obama's buddy. See, Biden has, what? A flag? An American flag and a football? Was that planned? I think so. Let's see what else is planned in his conversations as he pretends to care about people in life and humanity while torturing me relentlessly, especially after I recently posted him being corrupt. Yeah, Obama is in my grandfather's genealogy along with the Bushes and the 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati, and Halle Berry, and Aretha Franklin, and Brad Pitt, and Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. My grandfather has a very interesting genealogy. Oh yes, sounds crazy. But monarchy. People's genealogies can be very complex. Branches everywhere. And my grandfather was military, a lifer, and he fought in Korean War and World War II. And when they were creating MK Ultra, there's a lot of things that people don't know in society about the wars and the things that the military has created. Even our American currency has Illuminati codes everywhere on it, from the pyramid to Horus, demigod, devil worshipping, an LGBTQ demigod, that is their Horus, and the pyramids and Eye of Ra, that's on our American currency. Hamilton, this nation was built on laws that were built on principles that were from the Bible. But when the Illuminati came and made these cults, they created cults that were for socialist groups. And the idea, of course, were that they were the enlightened people and that they were doing things good for everybody. But it's not true. They are demonic. They believe in totality. They believe in population control. And they are devil worshippers. They have their own Bible that is a Luciferian Bible. They have adapted from the real Bible so that they know all the verses verbatim. They're evil.
Today and the day before, how President officials at the CDC talk about I call it a war, an open conflict with the White House as to listening to the scientists and the science.
Yeah, let's do that. While totality creates more population control at the corrupt hands of government.
Doing well, and is the stock market rising? Because that's his basis upon which he measures whether or not there's any economic success. And I think he's prepared to do virtually anything to try to get that moving without paying nearly enough attention to what everyone from Dr. Fauci to scientists all over the country have said in great universities.
Well, sure, because they want to create, these government groups want to create an economic collapse. If you keep people out of work, granted, I don't think any of these damn riffraff deserve not penny one, but if you do that, you're going to create an economic collapse. If you keep more people out of work, if you keep shutting down the United States, we're going to have a recession that we can never get out of. And they are trying to do that so that that will catapult a new world order into one nation. We won't have a choice but to be allies with other nations and or just go to war. Because that's what they want ultimately. They want war. They want totality. They want population control. And, some of these groups they're totally in on it. United Nations is in on it. And the interesting thing is, though, that other nations hate the United States. And they are watching the very fact that the United States has been losing power. And because of that, this nation can be taken over at any time. And what this damn doofus doesn't realize is that when you destroy the United States, you change the world. And of course, that means no constitution. That means no liberties and justice for all. That means ultimate chaos. That means ultimate war. That means World War III. So collapsing the economy is only going to bring this nation closer to World War III, because it's going to affect all of the other nations, and many that already hate the United States. But that is the idea of totality and population control, is that places like Russia and other major nations that are communist nations, they already exercise population control and totality. And so, the United States decided to get on board with that, not only to create an agenda that was completely inhumane, but that would bring this nation closer to the mark of the beast, where they would collapse the bank system and people would have no choice but to put the mark of the beast on people, or the others that chose not to have the mark would be poverty stricken.
Even in these very, very, very tense and national security issues. A disagreement in front of even those 15 people in that room.
Wow. He's talking about Obama when he was vice president. There was 15 people in the room? Wow. These are extreme national security issues, aren't they? Being a lawful whistleblower is a national security issue, isn't it? Especially when you're in the room. But do make sure you support Colbert's Give Directly to support the world's central kitchen and DACA and illegal immigrants getting more food and more resources from the United States. Because, the pandemic of making a public health and safety crisis couldn't get much worse of suffering impoverished and homeless Americans at the hands of idiot celebrities, media, and government promoting the economic collapse. Yeah, the economic collapse started before COVID. When you have government, Becerra, Gavin Newsom, and a slew of riffraff stealing resources from impoverished and homeless Americans and giving those resources to DACA and illegal immigrants. That is a public health and safety crisis. A socialist group that they support because they want the decline of the United States. They want to make the United States a third world country. They want to bring chaos and war so that they can destroy the United States and rebuild the United States. Or just destroy the world and see who's left at the end. As he tries to gather sympathy from America because of his loss of his son, listen to the codes that he says. But do make sure you're flipping me off while you're giving this speech.
Stand there with me, and I got a picture back here of Bo doing it. He grabbed me by the lapel and said, Dad, look at me. Dad, remember, home base, home base, home base. Remember, Dad, none of this is worth it. None of this is worth it unless you can be yourself. Just home base.
Home base? Did they say that 4 or 5 times? What does that mean, home base? Is that like there are conspiracies against me because I'm a lawful whistleblower and I sang flawlessly at the Giants in 1998 when they were making the sophistication of their MK Ultra program against humanity? And they like to flip the horrific crimes that have happened to me and cover Gina being a felon child fingers rapist. And the reason why Nicole is an LGBTQ, and Nicole's friends, whom are felons and lesbians and are related to corrupt cops. Zuniga, who was related to DPD, Zuniga, felons Amanda Miller, Cherie Peltier, Sarah Clark, and felon child rapist Ron Herrera, related to Davis Fire, DPD Zuniga, and Good Day Sacramento. Media, as their enormous abuse of power to terrorize me on so many levels and lie about me. Do they need a loaf pinched off on their head to finally slam and flush all their bullshit down the fucking toilet? What a rainy day that was. Drizzly, cold, can't even compare. Sang flawlessly, Lucille the mascot bowing down, the crowd going wild, cheering, shaking my hand. And the lawless global movement game, where is their videos? Where is their footage? Where is all this stuff that they say? Where is it all? How come I'm the only one with lawsuits? How come Nicole and Gina don't have lawsuits? How come I am the only one with lawsuits? How come I am the only one that has filed reports? How come I am the only one that has evidence and that is terrorizing these assholes, slamming their game to the ground from terrorizing me? I suppose terrorizing is not really the word on my end. It's what they do. It's what they get paid to do. They terrorize me. I'm defending myself from their lawless global movement slander codes and their psychological warfare. They couldn't find somebody else with PTSD to do this? Oh, that's right. They couldn't find somebody special to do this too.
Increased executive power. And even your friend
Increased executive power.
Barack Obama did not relinquish executive power that had been taken by George W. Bush. He might have exercised it in a different way.
They are criminals. abusing their authority and executive power to violate human rights and make a lawless global movement game to violate my rights.
You may remember I got in trouble during the primaries for saying that when a colleague running for the nomination was...
I remember a plus-size woman that told a story about Biden recently, within the past month, about Biden sexually abusing such woman whom was quite attractive many years ago, had a pretty picture, all of this stuff. And of course this woman has gained lots of weight and does not look like the same person. And so it's okay for society to dismiss that woman, and for Joe Biden to be like, oh yeah, that never happened, when this woman has like solid evidence that he totally abused her. Now, I've gained weight during the years, and I've been treated with a level of disrespect because I've gained weight. My face is pretty, my hair is pretty, but truthfully, yes, when you gain weight, you do take on a bit of a different appearance than you do when you had less weight on you. That's obvious. But the discrimination there, the pictures that I post, they're recent pictures. Quite honestly. That's why I say I'm a plus model, because that's what I'm doing. I made a magazine, QT magazine, posting my plus pictures, but I'm not doing what Ashley Graham is. I'm not flaunting the fact that I have gained weight. I'm posting pics based on my face, modeling my face and modeling my hair, because that is an industry that is very discriminatory against plus size women. When you could purchase a box of hair color and you would not know if the woman on the box was plus size or skinny. So, I'm doing a lot of different things, trying to talk about the different discriminations in the world, as well as talking about their corruption. My focus, of course, is the New World Order and their corruption. But I throw in, some side things here and there, because, honestly, Ashley Graham got in the door because of me. I posted to Sports Illustrated and told the story about Lester Hayes. They saw my pretty pics on Facebook and my smile, and they all of a sudden went with Ashley Graham. Because I talked about being plus size. You don't even know that I'm plus size in these pictures. But I talked about being plus, and then all of a sudden, boom, there is Ashley Graham on Sports Illustrated. The first plus size model ever to be on Sports Illustrated. Fascinating, huh? The conspiracies that they made against me are so horrific and atrocious, framing me, flipping things on me, terrorizing me, for being a lawful whistleblower and covering my perpetrators.
I know I get criticized by some
here.
of the folks who think we need more executive power.
Yeah. Do we, though? The NSA and Pat Robertson, who just posted that the United States has totality and population control and is violating everybody's human rights. Fascinating.
There are three equal branches of government: the courts, the Congress, and the president.
Courts, Congress, and president. That is fascinating, since they've all denied my rights to due process and equal protection of rights. Hence, Magistrates Clare denying my lawsuit 213 CV 2653, where Clare states that cops have no obligation to protect and serve, Williams versus California, a law passed to protect cops who refuse to protect children against gun school shootings, was the same law used to illegally deny my civil rights lawsuits against Yolo County and the Davis Police. My lawsuit, where Magistrate Clare declares martial law. When you declare martial law, that is as if declaring war. I didn't know that a magistrate judge was able to do that. That's in my lawsuit 213 CV 2653. Ongoing lawsuits. Dockets 3 and 50. Dockets 50 have my exhibits. And ongoing lawsuits. 18-17440 was at the Ninth Circuit in San Francisco. They recently sent me an ADR again, stating that they were ordering that I receive a settlement. Well, we'll see how that goes, huh? Since they've kept denying me my due process rights.
Equal branches of government, the courts, the Congress, and the president. And it's always a wrestling match, as I've written about, as to who in fact exercises the power in one particular moment and one particular time.
That's fascinating, being that they have allowed felon and pedo Rita Fernandez-Durgan to illegally be hired at Legislative Revis office. Well, they also allowed NBA and teen rapist Mayor Kevin Johnson to be mayor of Sacramento in 2008 to 2016. He made Docu. He made Sacramento a booming industry of a bunch of felons getting free government money to make bars and have all of these pot shops and build all of these different businesses that Good Day Sacramento supports. And then, of course, there is DACA and illegal immigrants stealing resources from impoverished and homeless Americans, a public health and safety crisis created from the sanctuary states and Gavin Newsom and Richard Figueroa, and Javier Becerra. And then James Gordon makes his codes and supports his minions.
I have tennis right now. I'm doing something else.
Has anyone told you when tennis might be back professionally?
With fingers crossed, perhaps August.
Really? Fingers crossed. Wow. Why would fingers need to be crossed for felon child fingers rapist Gina Pickett Prince? That's celebrity's code for covering Gina. Let's see, because in addition to these monsters terrorizing me, my military cousin's father is Boogie Langerston, otherwise known as Dr. Boogie. He is a LA celebrity hairstylist. He does hair predominantly for celebrities, and like Snoop Dogg and Eve, and probably Selena, probably Venus. Yeah. Anyways, my grown military cousin, Junior, Urian Langerston Jr., he is in the Navy, and my other cousin is in the Marines. My father was in the Navy, my uncle's in the Navy, my grandfather, lifer in the Navy. So I come from a military family. Anyways, Boogie Langerston, he is LGBTQ. He went from being bisexual to full-on gay when he departed from my cousin Natasha, and he is LGBTQ, and so of course he supports Gina and Nicole being LGBTQ, and so they are finger crossing for Gina because they support the LGBTQ. And there he is, Boogie Langerston. And there he is. He's going on low profile. And then let's talk about pedophile Tom Brady, whom longingly kisses his son in a video that was exposed of Tom Brady. And these celebrities have been covering him.
So talk to me just quickly about how this works. Does Tom Brady call you and say, I'm joining the Buccaneers, do you want to come with me?
Oh, it kind of went down a little bit like that, you know. He went through his whole process. He did what he...
Yeah, they're bullshit. They cover Kobe Bryant, they cover Kevin Johnson, and they cover Mike Tyson and pedo Tom Brady.
With the hope.
But now let's talk about more minions on Colbert doing charities for convalescent elderly people that are lonely so that they can cover the criminals of Davis Convalescent who abused my stepfather who had dementia. They put Nazi sweatshirts on him. They terrorized him. They're related to the Composts, the Figueroas, and Good Day Sacramento. And they harassed him. They put his name on pink paper with arrows going to his room. They stole all of his clothes, his blankets, terrorizing him. They have Dignity Health, that is my health care, sponsoring Sacramento media, and have violated my HIPAA rights and refused to give me proper medical care. I had to go to the ER this last month, and a doctor there he totally ignored my health care. He said everything was fine. When I got home, I read his diagnosis in his doctor language, and I researched his diagnosis, and he needed to have given me a CT scan and contacted my doctor for follow-up appointments because my results did not come back the way that I thought that they should have, the way that he said. So I will be posting those soon. And their corruption, because they blacklist me everywhere from housing to terrorizing my stepfather to blacklisting me at the hospitals and denying me medical care to mocking me at the media and celebrities. Why aren't they doing this shit to fucking felons? Why aren't they doing this crap to anybody else? I tell you why. Gavin Newsom, he's letting out all the fucking felons. He's letting them all out of the prisons. Rapists, child rapists, gangbangers, druggies. He's letting all these horrific felons out to run rampant in everybody's neighborhoods. You know, they don't care. You know, they're related to convicted murderers Enrique and Jesus Campos. And cops. Those are cops' felon families. Felon child rapist Ron Herrera at Megan's Law related to DPD Zuniga and Good Day Sacramento Media. They don't care. But they just want to divert attention and make all the nursing and healthcare people seem like they're heroes during COVID time. That's bullshit. And then they're trying to promote these little asshole minions to pretend like they care, to divert attention.
To people who are feeling lonesome, and it's working. The hotline receives hundreds of calls and joke submissions daily from all over the world.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Here's a sample of just a few of the jokes.
Why did the teddy bear say no to the dessert? Because he was stuffed.
Oh, yay. Yeah, so along with their idiocy, they are using these little riffraff to try and chase after me, because I post all sorts of videos. I utilize my talent to slam their lawless global movement game. I also utilize humor, and because it's a coping mechanism for me. And I utilize it to slam their corruption. And so they have these little minions doing this not funny comedy, and then promoting all their riffraff. And then if that's not important enough, they got to get on Billy Crystal, because Billy Crystal's Jewish, and they put Nazi sweatshirts on my stepfather because I'm multiracial and Jewish DNA. Oh yeah, they're so funny.
I can't have my drummer come over because of the quarantine.
Ah, is that because I'm also a drummer? That's so funny.
What did the elephant say to the man? Hey, how do you breathe through a tiny thing like that?
There it is.
Oh, that is super funny. Especially because they were putting Elephant Beast Mode t-shirts also on my stepfather, along with a Nazi sweatshirt. And they stole all of his clothes. Wow. Could you be more specific? Motherfucker, dialing direct. Maybe I'll have a bagel with a side of fucking bullshit that says Billy Crystal on it, because that asshole is a wicked cult member covering all of the corruption and could care less. But let's make sure you get Kim Jong on the same show. Kim Jong, a doctor turned asshole on Masked Singer, whom his name is Ken. Wow, my stepfather's name was Ken. That is coincidental or harassing? What do you think?
One of the funniest performers on planet Earth, his new podcast, The Darkest Timeline,